And today we're talking about one of the first municipal cemeteries of its kind in North Carolina. Thousands of African Americans who helped build and run the city of Raleigh are buried at Mount Hope Cemetery.
CBS 17's Liz Ortiz takes us to the historic site that ties together past and present.
Near the heart of downtown Raleigh, with skyline views, is historic Mount Hope Cemetery.
Mount Hope is very special.
It's one of the city's oldest African-American cemeteries, founded in 1872, listed in the National Register of Historical Places. More than 7,000 people are interred in this historic section, including many who rose out of slavery.
And truly, what we are today, these people did.
Ernest is the executive director of the City of Raleigh Museum. He's currently working on a temporary exhibit about Mount Hope.
We really want people to come out and explore the really rich stories that are out here and tell us so much about how Raleigh was built, how it developed, and the Raleigh today depends largely on the stories of these people who are out here.
One of those people is Dr. Manassa Pope. For 33 years, he practiced medicine in Raleigh and helped in white hospitals.
This is the headstone of Dr. Manassa Pope, and as you look around the cemetery, you'll see a lot of these are uniform in design and shape, and these are headstones that were given by the federal government for veterans.
Dr. Pope served in the Spanish-American War and was Raleigh's first black mayoral candidate in 1919. He died in 1934.
I was not alive when Dr. Pope died, and then the second Mrs. Pope was Miss Delia Pope that I knew.
Growing up in Raleigh, Edna Rich Ballantyne knew the Pope family. In fact, she spent a lot of time here at Dr. Pope's home on South Wilmington Street, which is now a museum. Dr. Pope's second wife, Delia, would often do her hair.
And I had long hair, and my mama did not like doing it. So periodically, she would sit me up here, and Miss Pope would do it. And she had her credentials from Madam C.J. Walker.
Edna Rich Ballantyne and Jane Thurman are with the nonprofit Raleigh City Cemeteries Preservation. For years, they have been doing free walking tours of Raleigh's historic cemeteries, including Mount Hope, incorporating Edna's personal experiences and stories with the research.
One thing I've loved about the tours is you never know who's going to come, and we've had descendants of slaves come who are looking for stories about their ancestors. You know, and there's so much research yet to be done about the people who are buried at Mount Hope.
It's been a dream of theirs to create an exhibit about Mount Hope in the City of Raleigh Museum. They have been working closely with Ernest to make it happen, searching archives and portraits.
Mount Hope is a sacred place. I think as long as we can preserve it and people have an interest in it, they'll always find new research that can be done.
Because in this one historic and sacred place, there's a rich tapestry of stories.
From the 18th century, 19th century, and into the 20th century.
That combine the past and present of Raleigh for generations to come.
It's appropriate that their final resting place is in the shadow of the city they helped build.
And the new exhibit at the City of Raleigh Museum will be called Sacred Spaces, Sacred Stories, the story of Mount Hope. It will open to the public on March 4th through June 25th. You can also listen to a walking tour about Mount Hope Cemetery online, and we'll have a link to that on our website. Just head over to cbs17.com. Guys, just a lot of rich history in Raleigh.
It's good, too, because a lot of times these black cemeteries get lost or built over, and so it's nice that they're taking care of it. It's preserved well.
I loved how you could just see the downtown. It brings
Past
it all
and present.
together. Yeah, I love that, Liz. Thank you.